sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this June the 19th. And boy, what a show. It's guaranteed to be the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. As Shelby McCall pushes all the buttons. We have a really juggled lineup right here, but we have two co-hosts. One's in the studio, and that's Ron Wong. This is his turn. That next week.
This is going to be.
This is bonus Wong.
This is going to be triple bonus.
Yeah, triple bonus.
What
Wong.
a bonus!
Yes, and then of course third Saturday. That means Frank Barton, and Frank is over in the hitherlands of God's country on Crowley's Ridge, and. Frank Barton, good morning.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everyone.
That is the best reception we've had from Frank. He must be on top of the fire tower on Crowley's Ridge.
Well, there's some good area there that you can get a good reception, and I miss going over there to go fishing.
Well, I know. Yeah, it's a little hard to get over there right now. It's a little hard for Frank to get here. No.
Well, I go another way. I go across the Helena Bridge now.
Well, that's closer to where you live.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if I go, I'd go Dyersburg and have to come down. But no. Frank, at least the Grizzlies are over, Frank, so you don't have to cross the bridge. So, right?
We had two games that we needed to deal with the bridge for the Grizzlies. I would have liked to have had more games to deal with it, but that's okay.
I know you would, but at least you made it over two, and that's I made it over and back one. It took me longer to drive from Heber Springs, Arkansas to Marion. It took me longer to drive the 2 hours over the bridge as it did to get to Marion. So let's don't get into that. It's great Saturday. Ron's here because Ron is back from the Bassmaster Classic, the 51st annual Bassmaster Classic on Lake Ray Roberts down there, Fort Worth, and we're going to talk a lot about that on today's show. Ron's going to be able to fill us in on a lot of things as we devote a portion of this show to some really familiar names, some events that Ron has been at, and I'm looking forward to. We're going to have a chance to talk to Dan Quinn, Director of Field Promotions for Rapala USA, and a longtime friend of this show. And I've got a little surprise on that segment. Then we're going to talk to the man himself, back-to-back Bassmaster Classic champion, Hank Cherry.
Hank Cherry. I have to tell you, Hank was really, really emotional about winning it, and his family.
Yeah.
What a spectacle.
It was.
And I have to tell you, a very deserving champion also of the Super Bowl of bass fishing. And I was so happy to be able to be there to do that.
You and Samantha were there. Yeah. All the pictures are posted. We're going to get those videos up. They may be up by today. Check out lroutdoors.com because Ron and Samantha were all over the place. Then we're going to kind of wrap up the St. Jude Bass Classic, which I wanted to get the champs on. Hopefully that'll work out. Jimmy Garrison and Andy Barton. We've got all the pictures from that event, thanks to Ron Wong was there too. I'm telling you what. And then who better to talk to than Ott Defoe? I mean, we'd love to talk to Ott, fresh off a big win on the Major League Fishing Tour out of the Harris Chain in Leesburg, Florida. And, of course, he's our Tennessee guy. And then we're going to close out the show with a little tourism talk from the dancing lady
She'll
herself.
be dancing into the studio,
yeah.
Marty Marbury.
And, of course, Frank, I know Arkansas Game and Fish have a new director, Frank, and I hope you have a chance to tune in on next week's show, Frank. I thought I had him today, but it's next week. That's Austin Booth, only the 16th director in the history of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. And I know, Frank, in your dealings in East Arkansas and everything, that position is really important to be able to get along with everybody. And I think that Austin, we always have big shoes to fill, but it seems like he's already hit the ground running. So I wished he could have been on. But I know you got, speaking of running, you're doing some training again. I'll tell you what, Frank, retirement is fun, isn't it? I mean, you just you've gone into puppy raising, you've gone into field trials, you've gone into everything that sounds like it's fun for you.
Well, I'm enjoying the extra time that I get to do it, but I tell you the right now with this heat, you know, we get out to do anything we're going to do. We try and get it done before 10 o'clock in the morning, and you know, we start when we get up when at daylight, and dogs can barely see what we're doing at the beginning. But we just try and do it. I don't plan on going up north like some of my friends do and train during the summer. So we'll just get it out down here and pick the cool times to do things.
That doesn't bother Wong, because I know he's not going to get up early and do that. He's going to.
No, I don't.
No, he catches those napping fish later on when he's out there. But so let me know. I got to ask you, Ron, before we jump into the show and Frank's listing. The weather has been pretty crazy, but we lost spring and we're getting ready to hit summer. We seem like we've already hit summer. So water temperature's down. What are they doing now?
Water temperature is up. Water temperatures in most of the area lakes now range anywhere from the lower 80s, like at Pickwick, to the smaller lakes, even Sardis and.
So they're already in the 80s. So water temperature.
They're into the upper 80s. We're talking about 87 to 89 degrees, and
wow.
The fish they haven't gone deep yet.
Okay.
What they've done is they've gone to the thermocline. Thermocline in most lakes right now is somewhere between 6 and 9 feet.
6 and 9 feet,
and that's
okay.
where they're most comfortable in that thermocline.
I would be too, if I was a fish.
That's, water temperature is going to be 5 to 10 degrees cooler there.
Yeah.
And that's also where your shad will be. So for those that are going out fishing, it's good to use some things, some medium diving crankbaits.
Okay.
Such as your Series 3 or Series 3 XD.
Yes.
Strike King crankbaits or swim baits with a 3/16-ounce jig head that'll get down into that range to catch them. These fish are also going to be where the water depth is going to be 8 to 10 feet deep. They will feed at that. They'll come up from deeper water. 7-inch cutter worms are working really, really well. Some rage-tail rage bugs are working well.
What colors?
The best colors is Bama bug or moon juice.
It's great to have Wong in the studio. The Bama bug and the what?
Moon juice.
The moon juice.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
absolutely.
I think I've had some of that before.
Good stuff.
It didn't taste good, but
good stuff. And this is anywhere you go early in the morning or on an overcast day.
Yeah.
A buzz bait or a topwater bait like a whopper popper or a sexy dog will work really good.
I don't know if we could use sexy dog. Will that have to be cut out? I don't think so. I think that'll work it. But
that's the name of the bait.
And folks,
everybody
Ron doesn't even have a pencil with him this morning to write all this down. And and of course Frank now is so heavily involved. Are all the puppies gone, Frank?
Yes, every puppy. Every puppy is in their forever home,
right.
All those owners have been sending me pictures of them, and had a lot of fun watching them. And
How many?
So, the best thing about all that is I've got my female dog Hershey back in training.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So how many puppies were those? Looked like about 30. I mean, how many?
No. We ended up with 8 when it was all said and done.
All said and done. 8. Boy, beautiful. Wow. You're talking about lookalikes.
You know, I have to tell you, Frank posted a picture on Facebook of one of the puppies.
Yeah.
And the little girl was in the kennel, and the puppy was like, "Oh, you're in my bedroom."
Can you imagine that?
It was beautiful, Frank.
Good job. Yeah, what that little girl going to grow up and look back and see that picture and see the puppy. And Frank's making memories.
He's making memories. And you know, it's so good to see things like that.
Yeah, keep posting those, Frank, and go out and start work a little bit this morning, bright and early. Then we'll get back with you when we bring Marty Marbury into the studio. We'll get Frank back on the line. Okay, Frank, have a great morning. We'll be back to you. All right, bye.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Frank Barton. All right, let's take a break. We're going to start this fishing on roll right now. Here we're coming. This is going to be right on down to the end. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.